What's up guys? Today I'm going to show you how to craft the perfect +3 level of melee amulet for your melee build. Your amulet could even turn out looking like this if you follow the steps correctly. I have put the materials that you need for the craft right here, and I've also put the cost right here. So peep them, they are subject to change as this was the rate whenever I bought them at the time of the making of the recording. They are subject to change, so if they go up or go down, don't blast me in the comments for it. So how are we able to deterministically craft in 0.3? Well, previously it was pretty much Chaos Slam Gambling and Omens of Whittling. This league, they have added new tech for the Recombinator, the new Omens, and the new Essence system. This has resulted in you being able to determine a lot of your crafts for almost the entire of the way. So I'm going to get into how we craft this amulet. So what we are going to do is we are going to buy 2 amulets of the same base type. So I've gone with Stellar. You can go with whatever one you want. I've gone Stellar because I want the attributes for my build. Maybe you want the rarity one, the gold amulet for rarity for your build, just whatever base type you want. You're going to want to make sure that these amulets are at least item level 80 and make sure that they're not corrupted. Once you've done that, you are good to roll. On these amulets, you are going to buy one with T8 accuracy, and you want T8 accuracy because 1, we need the accuracy tag for something later, and you want to get the lowest tier because this increases your chances of success on the Recombinator. On the other amulets, you're going to want T1 critical damage bonus or critical hit chance. Either one of these are okay. And the reason why you want this is because we want crit on our amulets, and it also has the crit tag. So what we are going to do is we're going to throw it in the Recombinator, and we're going to use the Omen of Recombination to make our Recom chance lucky. This is going to take our 50% chance and roll that twice and bump it to around a 75% chance. So once you have these 2 selected and you have the artifacts for it, you're going to hit Recombine and hope that it succeeds. Okay, well it didn't succeed, so let me go buy another set of amulets and try again. All right, I bought 2 more amulets, so we're going to chuck them in and we're going to try it again. So T1 crit chance, T8 accuracy, Recom Omen is turned on, and fingers crossed. All right, so we got it. So what you're left with is your Stellar Amulets, and you're left with T8 accuracy and T1 critical hit chance or critical damage bonus. This is important as accuracy has the attack tag and critical hit chance has the crit tag, and I can show you this in Path of Exile. So accuracy has the attack tag. The only other thing on this amulet that can roll the attack tag is Level of Melee. So we are guaranteed Level of Melee. And then we have critical hit chance or critical damage bonus. And these are the only 2 that have the crit tag. So this will guarantee that you get the crit tag on this to give you the opposing critical hit chance or critical damage bonus. We use a perfect Exalt for this because this guarantees you a item modifier level of at least 50. So this will not let you get +2, it will guarantee +3. So the way that we make sure that all of those tags hit and everything goes right is we're going to use some omens. So we have the Omen of Homogenizing Exaltation. It will give you a modifier of the same type, aka of the same tag. So accuracy is attack, crit is crit. So we'll turn that on. We'll use a Omen of Greater Exaltation to give you 2 modifiers. This makes your perfect exalt effectively 2 perfect exalts in 1. We turn that on. And then we use a Omen of Dextral Exaltation as we only want suffix because if you peep this, it says this has the damage tag. So there's a chance it could roll spell damage if you don't make it suffix only. So we turn that on, all the omens are on, we have our perfect exalt, we are guaranteed the opposing crit and +3 level of melee. Boom, we have the other crit and we have the +3 level of melee, guaranteed. The next step of the craft is also guaranteed. We are going to use the new perfect essences. This is going to remove a random modifier and augment it with a new guaranteed modifier. So it's going to take off a random modifier on this amulet and give us global defenses. Now, we don't want it ripping off the +3 level melee or the critical hit chance, so we use this new Omen of Sinistral Crystallization. It will make your next perfect or corrupted essence remove only prefixes, and this is how we get rid of the accuracy. It is the only prefix available, meaning it will take it off and it will replace it with increased global defenses guaranteed. So we just turn on the Omen, we pop the essence, and we use it on there for our increased global defenses. We have a beautiful amulet already. So now becomes the first part of the somewhat gamble. And this is going to be a defense gamble. It's guaranteed to be a defense modifier. Hey, so Corbin from the future here, and I realized I made a very small mathematical mistake here, and that is me saying that it is guaranteed for a defense, and I wanted to clarify that here. Now, it is a very slim chance that you can roll chance for spell, and the reason why this is because spell damage has the damage tag, and we currently do have damage thanks to critical damage bonus. Now, the chance of this actually pulling is pretty small already, but this is pre-catalyzing omen numbers, so this is before we use that catalyzing omen that we're using in the video. So this number is actually probably cut around in half, but I've crafted at least 20 to 25 of these amulets and have not hit spell damage once, but I have had a friend hit spell damage one time. So please keep that in mind that it is possible, but it is very, very, very slim. So I wanted to clear that up just in case this happened to anybody and didn't want you to run into the comment section calling me a liar. I just wanted to make sure that I clarified that here and that this was corrected. If you want it, I'm going for defense. We want percent increased EV or percent increased ES. We're also fine with flat ES, but the one roll that we don't want is increased armor. It is a 1 in 4 to get armor, 3 in 4 to get everything else. This is the only part that's like really, really gambling. What we're going to do is we're going to use the new Catalyzing Exaltation Omen. This is going to consume the quality on the amulet to give you a increased chance of rolling a modifier of the same type. So we're going to quality it with defense modifiers. And we are going to turn on a Omen of Homogenizing Exaltation. This will guarantee a modifier of the same type. Fingers crossed we don't roll armor. And there is also a slim, very slim chance you can get spell damage. So hopefully with this greater Exalt Slam, you don't need a perfect here, it will guarantee a defense. Very slim chance, very, very slim chance we get spell damage. So fingers crossed we see percent EV, percent ES, or flat ES. Okay, we have percent EV. That is pretty ideal. The tier wasn't the greatest, but it's still fine. We are good to move on from here. So now that we are set up, you are effectively good to go. You could slam this with as much as you want and you will have the roll that you want now. So the way that we kind of guarantee the last roll is by using the new Desecration tech. Desecration is going to desecrate it and you're going to chuck it into the well and pick a modifier. We are going to desecrate this amulet. It only has 1 slot left, so we desecrate it. So boom, we have the prefix. And you're going to turn on a Omen of Abyssal Echoes. This is going to allow you to re-roll your Desecration modifiers, meaning you have 6 shots at getting either percent increased ES, percent increased ES from body armor, percent increased EV from body armor, or anything of the sort like that. So now that we have desecrated it and we have the Omen turned on, let's go to the well. So we're at the well, and now what we're going to do is we're going to make sure our Omen is turned on. We are going to take the amulet and drop it in here, and we're going to hit reveal. We are looking for percent increased EV from body armor, percent increased ES from body armor, or flat ES. Any of those rolls are fine. We're going to hit reveal, and we have percent increased energy shield from body armor. Now, if you wanted to, you could roll again and gamble getting percent increased ES. That would, in my opinion, be the ideal T1 roll. But I'm going to take this and not gamble on it, as this is at least guaranteeing that we're getting some value out of this roll. If you do not get what you want out of this Desecration, you can buy an Omen of Light and using a Null Orb to take off the Desecration modifier and redesecrate and try again. You can do this as many times as possible. Do be warned, they are quite pricey, so just keep in mind the cost of doing an Omen of Light versus costing of crafting a new amulet from start to finish. If you don't hit what you want, you can turn around and sell these for a few div all day. So I'm going to take that right there. That is the modifier that I was looking for. So now I'll go ahead and explain how I managed to get +4 level of melee that you see here on this amulet. All right, so here we are at the very last step if you want an amulet like you saw that I showed in the beginning of the video. It is not going to be cheap and it is very risky, but it is going to give you the best shot at getting the perfect amulet in the game. I only recommend doing this on amulets that are pretty much T1s across the board. It better be the perfect amulet because this is not cheap. We are going to use the new Omen of Sanctification, which will sanctify it. This will give it the chance to roll between 80% below its current value or 120% above its value. This means that you could see a 20% increase or 20% decrease to the current stats on your item. Hopefully we roll +4 level of melee. That is the ideal thing if you're going for the most damage. Maybe you want more defense, maybe you want some more crits, your choice. What to note about this is that you need to quality and anoint your amulet before doing this because you cannot quality or anoint after doing this. So we are going to make sure that we get our quality on the amulets. And you're going to anoint it with whatever modifier that you would want on the amulet. So I'm going to go ahead and do this process. So this amulet is juiced up, ready to go. Like I said, I only recommend you do this on amulets that you find ideal, nearly perfect. I'm only doing it for the sake of the video for this. I have a T4 on here. I would rather not do it on a T4, but everything else is T1, so it's really not the biggest deal on the planet. Once you're at this point and you're qualityed and you are anointed, you can turn on your Omen of Sanctification, and we're going to slam it with this Divine Orb and hope that we see +4 level of melee. So here we go. We did not see +4 level of melee, but we did not go down to +2 level of melee. So that's fine. What we did get is we stayed within our defense tier. We stayed within our EV tier. We stayed within our energy shield tier. We stayed within, we went above on critical hit chance. We went down on critical damage bonus, and our level of melee stayed the same. So that is like Sanctification summed up. It took me 3 tries on my amulets. I bricked 2. This last one finally hit. But that is the process of crafting these amulets and sanctifying them. Hopefully you found some value in this video. If you appreciate me explaining these this way that I do, let me know. I can make more of these crafting videos. I can show you guys how I crafted my boots, how I crafted my rings, how I crafted my body armor. Just let me know what you think in the comments section, and I can do more of these if you guys appreciate it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Y'all take care.